Hi everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Dishonored. So we just met an outsider, I think he's called, and he brought us to this void and gave us new powers, which is kind of really amazing. Look at this. Oh, now we can read the letter. That's cool. Pure spiritual remedy. Okay. Oh, we can drink a mana potion. Okay. Will that bring us? I'm gonna drink it just to see if it brings up higher. Probably not. It just feels. Oh no, it does. Okay, so we can get higher than what we were. Okay, that's good to know. Let's read the letter. See what she read. You cannot save her. You cannot save her. You can. Okay, well, you cannot save her. I understand that. I mean, she's kind of dead. Watch your step. Oh no! They didn't warn me. They told me to watch my step. Okay, let me retry that. So we'll always go back to this lower bar. There we go. So who are they? Emily's letter. Corvo, I am very sad. They say that you're dead like mother. But I'm going to put this note in a bottle and throw it into the river because I do not believe them. Living here is very strange. I do not like it, so please come for me if you can. Oh, poor girl. Who are these people? I feel so sorry for her. Jeez. First had to watch her mother die and then get abducted? Can we open this? There we go. Oh, I should have waited until it was fuller, I think. Still need to see how this works. Oh, look at that. Interesting. Huh. Dunwall. Stillian. Sagunto. Missing. Is that us? Could be us? I don't know. So we go, oh, down here. Oh, what is that? What is happening here? A bit of a challenge. What are these things? There's people in there with bows? What the freak? What is that? So confused as to what's happening, guys. To use blink to climb, aim the power at the edge of a roof, ledge, or high surface. There you go. Awesome. That's cool. What are all these things? I am very, very intrigued. Very intrigued. This is so cool. There we go. I like the whispering sound that we hear. Where do I go now? Oh, there we go. Okay.
In the days that follow, your trials will be great, Corvo. Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men.
Ooh.
To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my
Jeez, I don't know if I want to have that.
With this heart, you will
You're not a good present giver, are you?
And it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden.
That's so cool.
Listen
I like that.
to the heart now, and find another rune.
I think it's probably in a purple box. No? Oh no, it's not purple. It's just a light. Equipping the heart in your left hand helps you locate bone charms or runes, even through walls. The heart beats and lights up when you're facing a bone charm or rune, and it beats faster as you get closer. The heart will whisper secrets if you press it while targeting a person or location. Okay. For secrets. Interesting. So
this place is the end of all things, and the beginning.
Oh, that's cool. The voice really sounds like it comes from everywhere. That's really, really cool.
All of time is meaningless here. Neither seconds, nor centuries.
Ew. But then I can't blink anymore. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so it's lighting up when I look that way. Interesting. There you go. Gonna go down here, I guess. Wait for a second. Okay, yeah, I guess we have to go in there. Oh! Fall damage is hopefully not a thing. Doesn't seem like it for now. What is this place? This is so strange. Okay, let's go down one more. Oh. Woo! Oh, look at that. That's probably where we need to be. Okay, quick access wheel and blink. Blink is on 7. I don't know if I want that on 7, to be honest. Okay, wait for it to fill. There you go. And we found a rune. So what will that do for us? Once you've collected some runes, open a journal and go to the power section to exchange them for powers. Okay, runes can be collected and used to acquire supernatural powers. That sounds amazing. Let's see. So, dark vision. Fire. Cost 1 rune. I have 1 rune. So we have blink. And we can upgrade it to level 2. Rapid forward movement for a longer distance, but we need more things for that. So let's see. Dark vision. See in the dark and see living beings through walls, including their fields of vision. Representation of the sounds that you make are also visible. I think I'm gonna buy this no matter what the other things are, because this sounds amazing and I want this, but I'll see. Let's see. Possession, we can't buy this yet. Allows control of animal targets for a short duration. Bend time, slows time for a short duration. Could be cool. Devouring swarms. Summons a swarm of rats that will attack others, then disperse after a short duration. The swarm will also consume corpses. Could be good, but I'm trying not to kill people. Powerful wind then can push back or knock down enemies and shatter doors. Maybe. Vitality, health increase, always good. Bloodthirsty. Build up adrenaline, then trigger brutal melee fatality. Oh, interesting. Agility, jump height is increased and falling damage is reduced. Oh, we do have falling damage. Okay. Shadow kill. Unaware enemies who don't see you turn to ashes, they die. Wow. That's brutal. Really cool though, really cool. But yeah, no, I'm for sure going for dark vision. I really want to have this. Power, dark vision. Press it to see the dark and to reveal living beings through solid walls. You can also see their fields of view as well as a visual representation of the sounds you make. Level 2 shows your important items through walls like security devices, weapons, ammo, coins, keys, or traps. That's really, really good. So now I need to see what that is on.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
Interesting. You're watching me. Hidden allies. Hidden in an old bar on the river, your new allies have plans to share with you. Meet with the loyalist inner circle to learn what they've got in mind. Yes. And we have new powers now. Look at that. Look at that. That's cool. Okay, use the heart to find a rune near the Hound's Pit pub. Could it be this? Mystical wheel artifact. That's new. Pouch. Bone charm. This is all new. Bone charms. Bone charms provide small new supernatural benefits. Look at them by listening for the song they emit. By default, you can activate up to 3 bone charms at once in the bone charm section of the journal. Interesting. Edit. Bone charm edit. There you go. This book is new though, right? Excerpt from the Ramblings of a Street Denizen. Yeah. The Journal of Granny Rags. Of course I'll tell you, dearie. I won't keep any secrets from you in the end. All the dreary days of my life are like the windows of a house. From the kitchen I can see out into the garden where the leaves and stalks are brown and bug-eaten. You can see a little lump of dirt where something was wrapped in a blanket and laid to rest along the rows of twitching vines. The front room looks out to the street, where the neighbors are all setting fire to their homes, barricading themselves inside, warm and snug, dearie. Don't forget about the bedroom either. It sees into the dreary alley, where the hooligans are playing a game with an old man. The first two are hitting him with sticks, and the girl with them is kicking at his dry old ribs. Oh, to have those bones, to boil them in a pot, Jesus. No one lives in my house anymore, dearie. No one you'd want to meet. When I lived there with my husband, we were fine. Fine people. Vera Moray, everyone would say, your house is as grand as Boyle Manor. Better even. Your dinners are lavish and your parties are the best. When that young Sokolov came to paint my portrait, I was nearly still in my prime. Radiant, he said, and he was just barely a man, so young, painting all the best people across the land. Everyone wanted a portrait by his hand, all my friends. I was the only one, dearie, wet with his paint, glistening on the canvas for a pretty coin. But it wasn't all parties and paintings. My husband and I weren't always at home, no. We traveled together, he and I, to the far ends of the Isles, beyond even, all the way to the red cliffs of Pandisia. To dig in the rock and crawl through the caves, holding up candles and squinting at the walls. Many precious things we came upon, but none so precious as the boy with the black eyes, dearie. All those marks and bones, carved so deep and polished so bright. I brought the old bones home, hid them from my dear husband. Then I learned to boil them and carve them myself. They made such good presents, dearie. The little Mew boy took them home. He loved them so. All the time he came back with new bones for me, holding them up so I could see it in his eyes, even though his tongue was still. Granny, his eyes would say to me, carve these bones for me. Make me another present. And he went so far, all the way to Dunwell Tower, the royal headsman himself now. Oh. My little Mew boy and his shiny, shiny sword. Better bones were what I needed, you see. Better bones to carve and polish, scrape and gleam. My dear old husband was always tired. I made him soup and then he was sick. Better bones was all. For my little Mew boy, carved in the name of the one with the black eyes. And after my husband was gone, giving away his birthday gifts, I didn't want to live there anymore. Given away as birthday gifts? She gave away her husband's bones? To the kid? Am I understanding that correctly? Oh my god. So now I'm old and I don't have many to give my presents to. It's sifting through the garbage for granny rags and feeding the little birdies that gather at my feet. No one wants to have tea, dearie, especially those rude louts on Bottle Street. Slackjaws and his boys, always meddling with an old woman just trying to make her way. In the end, we'll be together with him. You and me in the dreary nights with the stars above and below. And always the one with the black eyes, dearie. Jesus. Makes me feel very uncomfortable. Bone charms, void channel. Power effects slightly improved. Gutter feast. White rats can be consumed for mana. Oh wow. White rat friends. White rats won't attack you. Yeah, I mean we can have 4 of them activated at a time. We only have 3 of them anyway, so let's just activate all of them. That sounds great. The white rats won't attack us right now. That's amazing. Can we make the black ones also not attack us, please? Let's see. So... there we go. I think I want to organize the wheels. So I think I want... I think I might want like sleep dart on 1, because I want to go for sleeping first. Then short teleport on 3, dark vision on 4, 3, this on 4, I think. 5, 6. 7. I think we have all of them now, right? I think I want it like this. I'm gonna try to remember how I did it. Let's see, but if I do 3 now we have dark vision. Does that take mana? No, that doesn't take mana from us. Okay. We're bone charm nearby. Equip the heart. Yeah, so the heart I put on 4, right? Oh, look at this. Oh. We have a lot of them actually now. That was it. There's also a rune nearby. We'll try to get there soon. Field survey notes, a royal spy. Excerpt from the personal memoirs of Hiram Burroughs, dated several years earlier. This is the 4th day, month of high cold. Progress continues on the suppression of gang activity in the distillery district, but more slowly than I expected. The ruffians operating there have been cunning, I'll grant them that, but it's only a matter of time. I'll see their leaders flogged in public and sent beneath the royal executioner's blade. If I had my way, that mute bastard would be working night and day removing the heads that need removing. Oh! So her mute boy, as she calls him, he is the executioner? Interesting. Is that the guy that we met that was torturing us? Is the torturer the same as executioner or not? Internally, the Empress does not seem pleased with my investigations. It seems that it is beyond her thinking, against her very nature as a trusting person, to believe that traitors move among us. But I know they do. They must. No, Jessamine would rather spend her time with the royal protector. At least he's likely to stop any immediate threat to her safety, but a strong arm is not what is needed against those who would undermine us. How will Corvo's sword stop a poisoned wine glass or an explosive delivered by courier? Courier. It will not. There are many threats around us, threats requiring meticulous efforts to police. Young Lady Emily is undisciplined, I'm afraid. Here within Dunwell Tower, she receives instructions from the finest tutors known in the Isles. Yet her mother spoils her, and she spends most of her time lost in imagination, wasting her time drawing or asking Corvo to teach her to fight with wooden sticks. The girl might rule the Empire someday. Every moment spent at play is a moment wasted. Shoring up the security for the main gate leading to the Dunwell Tower has been another pet project of late. To think that back in this day, Emperor Caldwin left it open to the public during the day, allowing anyone to come and go as they pleased. If it were up to me, I'd seal off access to the streets entirely. But the Empress won't hear of it. The waterlock is much easier to protect, and if it were the only way into the tower, traffic in and out would be greatly reduced. Someday the wrong person is going to slip in and will suffer for it. Mark my words. No amount of security is excessive when it comes to protecting heads of state. The Empress also disapproves of my plans for the Sokolov devices. Sokolov himself has no interest in security, of course, but he's vain and therefore keen to see his inventions deployed in any fashion. This wall of light he's been tinkering with has promise. In any case, at least I was able to convince the Empress to upgrade the pistol carried by the officers of the watch. Why do I worry so when no one else seems to care? If I ever fall asleep, will it all sink into the ocean? Will the rough things clamber over the walls and fill themselves in our flesh? This is what I see in the same dream several times each month. If only I had more to say in things, more authority, I could protect us all. Perhaps I've been working too hard. Dinner and an evening of conversation with a certain lady of refinement might be in order. Perhaps somewhere nice in the estate district. Hiram Burroughs, Royal Spy Master. So it does kind of sound like he didn't mean like insanely badly. Mystical rat artifact. Okay, cool. But he's just wrong. He didn't mean badly maybe, but he's just wrong. Okay, rumors and sightings. Except from Overseer's Covert Field Report. For over a year now, I have lived away from the Abbey, without the company of my overseer brethren or the guidance of the blind sisters of the auricular order. Days have passed with me sleeping in the dens of cut purses, murders, and worse, and the nights have been me prowling through the worst alleys and wretched corners of Dunwell. I have taken my meals with killers. At times I have ventured beyond the city walls, meeting in forgotten graveyards and outlying ruins frequented by those of ill means. My beard has grown long, and I wear the weathered clothing and bits of boiled leather favored by the Bottle Street and Heather gangs, and by those rough men and women who make their trade knifing at others in return for coin. My hands have run red with blood, it's true, but I have selected my targets with care, choosing among those criminals and heretics who are not fit to live, executing them justly and using their deaths as a means of building my reputation. So far, this trick has allowed me to make my name among my murderous colleagues without taking the lives of the innocent. My goal is singular. I must impress the assassin named Dodd in order to get close to him. All of the practitioners, there we go, of black magic we have tracked, none concern the Abbey as much as Dodd. It is said that his mother was a witch from one of the archipelagos of the Pedisian coast, taken captive by pirates venturing far from the Isles. According to a legend, by the time the ship returned, the captain was dead and the witch controlled the crew, with Dodd still a shadow in her belly. The earliest stories tell of a gang killer without mercy, moving along among the shopkeepers and city watch officers of Dunwall like a reaper through wheat. Then a period of silence followed. Years we now believe he spent traveling the Isles, studying anatomy and occult in great halls of learning and in hidden basements frequented by fellow dabblers in the forbidden arts. Dodd is even purported to have spent a winter in the Academy of Natural Philosophy itself. And for a time before Chisholm developed, he counted the Brightmoor witches among his allies. All the while, he honed his craft, and it is during this time that we believed he began to consort with the outsider. New reports emerge of a dusky-skinned assassin, paid by the elite to eliminate their rivals in Dunwall and in the other major cities across the Isle. Those who saw him and lived numbered in the handful, but all of them reported something strange. He appeared and vanished like smoke. From a nearby rooftop, he gestured on, and a noble woman stumbled from her balcony, falling to her doom on the cobblestones below. Most recently, as his new threat of plague has risen in Dunwall, Dodd has been seen leading a gang of men in dark leather, dressed as factory whalers in their vapor masks. They seem loyal beyond comprehension for one so unworthy, leading me to wonder if some of his magic is dedicated to lulling their minds, enslaving them. Only a month ago, one young girl claims to have come upon a strange scene. Carrying a bottle of milk home to her crippled brother, she was taking a shortcut through the tailor's district. In a narrow street, she passed beneath a window and heard unusual sounds from within. Pushing aside the ready curtain, the girl saw into an abandoned apartment, used by miscreants for gambling and trading haber weed. An occult shrine had been erected against the far wall, which she recognized from the teachings given by her local overseer. A man she described as resembling Dodd was kneeling before the shrine, muttering to an unseen spirit as if in argument. He took a carving made of a pale bone from the altar before him, and the lights all went out in gush of unclean wind. Quiet as a field mouse, she slipped away, running until she reached her home. There can be no doubt, Dodd is an agent of the outsider and must die. For there's no limit to the evil this man might do. This is my solemn oath and the great purpose of my life. Until Dodd is dead and his corruption has been purged from the world, I will continue to move among the depraved, winding my way towards him. I will not drop my guise or don my overseer's mask again until the Dodd breathes no more. So who is this? Who is this person that wrote this? I wonder who that is. Oh, there's more here. Oh my god, there's so much happening here, guys. Achievement unlocked. Occultist. Okay. But so it sounds like Dodd is the one who killed the Empress. We saw like his team of the guys with the vapor masks, I guess they called it. And he was, I think he was there because one of them was standing out because he was dressed in red and he looked differently. I guess that was him then. That would make sense. Early life and criminal records, Slackjaw. Excerpt from a series of letters sent by a member of the Bottle Street gang. You want to chinwag on Slackjaw? What he was like when he was young before he got his name? Oh, he's got a cool head now, but it weren't always like that. In the days before he was a boss of the Bottle Street gang. Time was, young Slackwell wasn't such a reasonable man. Like most of us, he grew up on the streets, running with a pack of ragamuffins and avoiding the law, pinching whatever he needed. Dark-haired and dark-eyed, smoking a pipe by the age of 10. For them born in the brothels or coming from the orphanages, it was either the gangs or working with the mutlarks, and no one wants that. Some got pressed into the Navy or put down in the mines run by the Pendleton or Boyle families. As hard as it was on the streets, as hungry as we all got, at least we was free. By the time we weren't as little anymore, Slackjaw was one to watch, usually calling the shots when we took down a farmer's cart or sidewalk street vendor. He'd come up with a plan, give everyone some part to play, and decide on a split. Most of us just went along because we learned fast that we made out better like that. More food, more coin. Plus, none of us wanted to deal with Slackjaw when he was in rage. He worked on a couple of big jobs with Black Sally across town, and that was enough to get the attention of the other bosses. He wasn't just a street kid anymore. Now he was an up-and-comer, which meant trouble. Another guy who fancied himself as such was Mike the Fish, who was working his way up, running the protection record among the factory women. One fine evening, we were all taking in body show in the theater house. Mike the Fish and his lot were there in the cheap seats too, just down the aisle from us. Mike gets a wild idea. He wasn't big on planning, and throws a heavy ceramic spittoon at Slackjaw. Hits him square in the face and breaks his jaw. We look to see if there's gonna be a blood brawl, but Slackjaw just points at the door and we all leave, with Mike laughing at our backs. Waking up the next day without telling us why, Slackjaw motions for us all to follow. He still can't say a word, so we just come along. We stop at the docks and Slackjaw buys actually pays coin for it, a heavy chain covered in hooks. It's for fishing in the deep, something you'd attach to a long line off the side of a ship. It's about 4 feet, made of thick links, and there are shark hooks coming off it in different angles. Slightjaw's got that thing wrapped around his left arm, dangling at his side. Not sure how he knew where Mike the Fish was staying, but when we reached this girl's house, Slightjaw throws a bottle through the window just like that. It's almost noon. There's a bunch of screaming inside, and Mike pokes his head out, looking wide-eyed and baffled. When he sees Slightjaw out in the street, a look comes on his face that still gives me the willies. Pure murder. Mike comes out of sight, bellowing like a blood ox, holding a cleaver, heading straight for Slackjaw. When they came together in the streets, Slackjaw spins and the shark hook bites into Mike's arm and shoulder. He screams, but Slackjaw holds onto the chain. He's standing there with his jaw broken, clenched tight, with the chain wrapped around his left arm, hook sunk into the Mike the Fish, just knifing him as fast as he can. Mike couldn't fight very well, hook like that, and using his left hand. But he was a big guy and it took a lot of stabbing before he went to his knees. Everyone was cheering at first, but then we all went quiet. It just kept going and going until finally it was just Mike the Fish blubbering, crying like a baby, and the sound of Slackjaw's knife. When it was over, and here's the brilliant part, Slackjaw took out a note and stuck to Mike's face with a nail. It just said, "If you want a job, come to Bottle Street." Slackjaw didn't talk right for a couple of months, but word spreads fast. By the end of the year, once we had a sizable gang going, he sent out letters to the other bosses, telling them that he was running a brand new crew over on Bottle Street. Most of them laughed or beat up the guys who delivered the letters. Green-Eyed Trish even came back missing a thumb, but apparently Slackjaw was expecting that kind of reaction and had a backup plan. A week later, 4 of the bosses were dead. Seemed like a series of unfortunate events, but everyone knew better. One shot dead by the watch while standing in the middle of a meat market. Another slipping and falling into the water, out cold. One of the older bosses found in bed with his belly open wide and a Tivian pear stuffed in his mouth. Still not sure what that meant. And Shayla Barnsworth was found bubbling in a cauldron of hot wax. Slackjaw sent out another set of letters, officers to the underbosses, telling them they'd be treated fair as peers. He even sent Green-Eyed Trish with one of the letters. All of the underbosses accepted. After spilling the guts of his main competition, Slackjaw went in for stabilizing his business, real neat-like. Calling in favors, smoothing things over, giving everyone a little bit of coin as drink as a bonus. Showing what he would be like as a boss, so everything got quiet, which always makes the boys of the City Watch nervous, of course. Word went out among the Royal Spymaster Snitches, the responsible citizens group they called themselves, telling everyone working in a shop or sweeping off the front steps of their homes to keep watchful eyes for Slackjaw and his men, trying to suss out what they were up to and what had just happened. But Slackjaw ain't stupid. He greased a few palms along the shopkeepers and watched too, telling them that he was in town to stay and that things would be run properly from now on, without so much blood. He was finally a real boss, ready to settle into the business of moving whiskey, running the hound fights, and offering up the ladies and gentlemen of the night, if you take my meaning. Then the plague came. At first it seemed like a good thing. A few people got sick and everyone wanted to buy those potions, from Sokolov and Piero. Health elixir or spiritual remedy, they'll call them. Slackjaw told me he saw an opportunity. We already had an old whiskey factory with a still, where we could water the stuff down and sell it discounted. Doing the same with Sokolov's elixir was a smart plan. Pretty soon everybody in the slums was sick and business was good. But after a while there were so many people down with the plague that everyone got scared. Everybody started acting real nasty and everything fell apart. When people can't work, they don't have the coin for elixir, watered down or pure. When the Empress died, it seemed like Dunwell would slide into the void. Spymaster Burroughs took over and the watch started using all that new Sokolov technology. Watchtowers, telebuoys, and them arc pylons. They put up a wall of light across the Clavering Boulevard and cracked down hard. But Slackjaw surprised us again. Instead of leaving town on a boat found from Morley of one of the other isles, he stayed and kept it all together. We got as much elixir to fight off the plague as the City Watch, with their taxes and rations. And that keeps us alive, so far. Crowley, Bottle Street Gang. Wow, that was a long story. I don't think in any game I've ever read something that was this long before. Wow. Okay, I hope you guys don't mind me reading this. Let me know what you guys think of it. But I really like to read all the story. But yeah, let me know if you guys find it annoying.
If you like, but he won't use it.
Let's see. So there's one.
He can't sleep in regular beds anymore, or that's what he says.
Here.
Says he was in the Navy too long. Can you believe it?
Oh,
Put down
That pile
or
of
up?
wood out there, that's a hovel he built from an old rowboat. Where does Admiral Hadlock find these?
Going the right way? Kind of? Yeah, I am. Oh yeah, we've seen this door before. I was wondering what was there. Okay, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. It's all the way out there. How would I get there? Can I open this? No. So maybe I should just jump down. One thing I want to see is we got more bone charms. So I want to know... Fire Watcher. Shot whiskey bottles explode with greater intensity. Fencer. Win sword for sword contest more frequently. I guess. Let's put that on. Blast resistant. Damage from explosions reduced slightly. Rear affinity. Swim speed increased slightly. Raven. Drop assassination gives you a bit of health. Maybe? Quick dodge. Enemies miss more often with arrows and bolts. Yes, sounds good. Good lungs. Breathe capacity in water increased slightly. Warrior. Moderate keyhole peeping magnification. Maybe? Delicate touch. Breaking glass sound is moderately reduced. Sound good? Then I guess let's do that. And that's all. We can't put any more on. Okay. Now, let's see if we can go here. See if we can find this charm. Come on. There we go. I don't see anywhere, like, how... There we go. How our breathing is. I don't see that anywhere. There you go! Play your way. Powers. The powers you obtain from runes can be used as creatively to defeat enemies or move through the environment. Blink from roof to roof, possess rats and fish, or slow time before rushing a group of enemies. Okay, that's amazing. So we have this one, but I don't think we can do anything with this. I think we need, yeah, we need to find more. There's nothing we can do with one rune anymore. So we need to get more runes. Okay, then... We found it, so that was one of the goals that we had. Can we also go through the water? Sort of? I think we can blink. Yeah, we can actually blink through the water. That's pretty nice. So, oh, I'm stuck. Has our mana now forever upgraded? Oh, there is he. Hi, Samuel. I'm so sorry for leaving you.
The Admiral has some adventures in store for you, but only he knows the details.
Okay, cool. I feel very rested. Nothing happened during the night. Just a quiet night's sleep. Just a quiet night's sleep. There you go. Okay. Well, we're gonna talk with this guy next time, guys. I feel like next episode we're gonna probably go back into combat, which I'm really excited about. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.